My first set of nails took me 5 hours. Actually, not my first set, but Tracey's first set. We're going to talk to her about that right now on the Biz Talk.
There's something that's bothering me.
Okay. Wait, can I guess what it is?
Go ahead.
Does it have to do with Greg being in the room?
Oh, that's a given.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's 100%. Greg agrees. He's shaking his head over there.
You see that look?
He cares zero.
Yeah.
He cares
Daggers. What is going on with your shoelaces? Like, who tied these?
Dude, okay. My shoelaces.
What happened here?
These are like the most comfortable pair of shoes I have. They're so comfortable. I don't even know what brand they are. I put them on. I tried them like 3 years ago and I was like, oh my God, these are so comfortable. So I got them. The one part about these stupid shoes, comfortable shoes, most comfortable pair I've ever had, shoes.
Yes.
Are that the shoelaces. These shoelaces
are they leather shoelaces?
Yes, they are, dude. So like, do you remember the shoes I used to wear at school in my uniform?
I don't remember. I didn't know you back then. No.
No, but the shoes, what were they? I forgot what they're called, but they had these leather shoelaces on these
Oxfords or something.
Not Oxfords. They had like the white, like God, I can't remember.
Converse?
No, they weren't Converse. They were like dress shoes, kind of. I forgot the name of them.
Dress shoes?
Well, not exactly dress shoes, but they look. Jesus, you were judging me like that was full judge when you said
like,
that.
What? You got beat up a lot, huh?
Dude, no, I didn't.
No.
Because my brother would protect me.
But I'm going to tell you something amazing. You can actually buy other shoelaces.
Thank you.
Take them out.
I've heard this. I read about it somewhere that you can buy shoelaces.
It's not a myth.
I know. And I just haven't done it yet. But every time I'm so annoyed by these, they come untied. So I tie knots. I'll tie 3 knots.
I see it. It's like, I don't know how many times this
Dude,
is like.
Look at that.
Bunny rabbit around.
It's awful.
That's I see Habib when it comes in. He's like, and around
in the tunnel and through the cave. That's how I tie my shoes. That's the voice I use when I tie my shoes. Yeah.
I wish you just wouldn't say it out loud when you do it.
I'm going to continue now to say it out loud every time I see you. I'm going to come to work with my shoes untied just so that I can tie the bunny and through the cave. And that's like creepy, right?
I didn't know there was a cave involved.
Greg is literally writing notes and just putting them up and just like completely ripping on us.
Does he tell you the shoes?
Yeah, he's this is what I'm saying. People don't know.
Yeah.
Greg is constantly like
he picks on us.
Constantly.
I feel bullied.
I am bullied. I'm a little brother.
Yeah, no
constantly getting like beat up and stuff.
Well, it's because we're much younger.
Yeah, much younger. All right. Okay. So
I don't even remember what we're talking about.
I know. My first set took me 5 flippin' hours.
I don't want to relive it.
It seems insane. Okay. And let me just say this before Tracey talks about this. Like, I just listened to, we're working on something right now where Tracey is like, we're practicing to help people practice their timing on prep. And it was like lightning fast, right? Like the time that she takes to do prep is really, really fast. To think that, I mean, on a 5-hour set, how long did it take you to prep?
Like over 30 minutes. Over 30
minutes to prep. And today you prep in?
2 to 5.
Okay,
Usually 2.
Usually 2. 2 to 5, usually 1.
30 seconds. I already did it. Did you see it?
Yeah, done. There's another soundbite, Vic. Use that.
We're full of them today.
I know. So, okay, like, why did it take 5? I guess I can kind of understand. I mean, 5 seems like a long time.
It's a long time.
But you're trying to get these nails perfect over 5 hours, or what was going on?
Totally overthinking things, totally making sure that the process looked perfect, though they didn't look perfect when they were done because it's my first set. And you're just overthinking and overwhelmed the whole time. Like, it's just, and you and so, I mean, like picking up like one little ball
and putting it down.
30 little ball. And you know what I mean? It's
you know what's funny
painful.
is I say that like when I ask that question to you, like how did it take you? It's because I can't imagine you, because I always see you doing like that's kind of your thing, is like you're insanely fast, right? I can imagine myself taking a long time. Probably not that long, only because I've watched you guys for freaking 10 years.
Right.
And I've heard you say these things over and over again. So, but I could see it definitely taking me a long time, because it's hard.
When you come out, you know, unfortunately, when I came out of school, they demoed one set of nails, one set.
So you had no idea.
No idea what I was doing. Never did a set in school. I think I did a fill in school. The sets were, because someone caught me on the time. I thought you said you never did a set in school. Outside of home while I was in school, you know, practicing on family and friends. And I can't remember if it was my mom or my sister-in-law was my first full set. I think it was my mom and then my sister-in-law. And they both just took forever. It was awful.
But you can understand. I mean, I'm just wondering today, like, with there's so much content out there now. Like, so for you, where you said you did one full set in school, like actually they instructed you on that, or you didn't do a single full set in school?
No, in school I think I did the fingers, and then someone came in for a fill.
Okay, so you did a fill.
They like never had even taught us how to do a fill
in
school, so that was fun.
Yeah.
But we got through that. I don't even remember how long. That took like a couple hours. But yeah, the actual full set. No, I saw a full set in school. They did one. Actually, educator for a company came in and did a full set.
I cannot imagine like not having information available.
Oh, it's different
with nails, and like especially me, right? Where I have I've got Greg, any question that I ever had, I can ask you guys. You can show me right here and now. There's hundreds of thousands of freaking videos that I could watch, and it's still hard, right? Yeah. It's still hard, but I couldn't imagine like, okay, go home, let me try this, having zero reference.
Right. And now you can sit down, you Google like videos, or even to find a video. But back then it was magazines is where I was getting my information of where to get, like, oh, this company has videos, let me get VHS, you know?
Right.
And totally. And what I love now is like, you can take your phone or your laptop to work and be watching the videos, have your earphones on and practicing with them. I couldn't take my VHS and my big old TV, like plop it on the table, you know, hit rewind real quick.
Yeah.
But reason I like to talk about how long it took is because I want people out there to know you're not alone.
Yeah, exactly.
And believe me, it wasn't like my first full set took 5 hours and my next one was an hour.
Yeah.
It took a lot of practice, a lot of time, and my time started coming down. And it just really bothers me that when there are techs out there that will tell people like, oh no, I came out of school doing it in an hour. I'm sorry, unless you were doing nails prior.
Yeah.
And then you decided to go get your license,
right,
like you were doing it on the regular, there's no way.
Yeah. That's like, you know, that rare like athlete, right? That, okay, I didn't start playing football until I was 16, but it's like a freak athlete, and it's like, oh my God, and all of a sudden they're in the pros, right?
Yeah.
So that's like 0.000. So maybe there's one person out, you know what I mean? Like it's so rare.
I guess it can happen, but
so rare.
Typically when I hear someone say that, it's like, well, but I was doing nails 5 years without a license, you know, kind of thing. And like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But,
of course.
I just, it was encouraging to me when other nail techs who I looked up to told me how long it took them.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's really helpful. It shocks me because I only know you know, doing nails the way that you do them now, right? Even if we go back from when, you know, even when you joined the company, you were still doing, I guess I never saw you actually do full sets at that time, so I had no clue, but I just always knew you to do nails and do them fast. When we started doing them here, I saw the speed,
right?
You know, so I only have that reference, but it is nice to know. And I think it's important for people, you know, that are coming out of school, where it's taking you 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, that it's a starting point, and like you build,
Yeah.
you take it step by step, right?
You got to walk first before you run.
Dude, you have to walk first. There's no possible way in anything that you do, right? Even in business, in sports, athletics, doing nails to me is like you're running a business, but dude, it's an art.
Yeah.
You are cranking out, you're sculpting nails, it's like you're having to hand create sets of nails, on a human being. It's insane.
Yeah.
And like you have to develop that art form and that skill.
Right. And part of that art form and skill and learning is it's you knowing what to do when something goes wrong.
Yeah, of
because
course.
something's going to go wrong almost every time. So that's where that practice, real life practice, is going to get where you're not freaking out and looking at the nail for 10 minutes hoping God fixes it. You're just like, oh, I know what to do. But that's just part of the experience, it just and don't be afraid to jump into it, because until you do jump into it, you're not going to get faster. That's the only way to do it. You have to just jump in and start doing it.
Man, it is so hard to do. It's nerve-wracking. It's a lot of anxiety, but that is when you learn.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you actually learn, is when you are faced with that challenge and it's like, I got to do this now, and you made errors, you made mistakes, and it sucks in that moment, right? In that moment, you're like, you feel,
I will never get out of this moment.
That's right. I'll never get out of this moment. I'm never going to get better. And then you feel embarrassed because you know what I'm saying? Like all those emotions come in. It's really hard to deal.
It is.
But you got to deal.
You got to deal.
If you want to do it long-term for a career, you have to deal with it. What would you recommend to someone that is in that beginning phases right now? Like what can they work on to start shaving that time?
I would first invest in a good trainer hand, possibly 2 if you can,
to do a full set. Yeah,
do a full set. Right. And that way it's more real time and not having to take it off. And it's pretty much, I just want you to start letting go first. I want you to watch the videos on how to prep, and I don't want you to overthink it. I don't want you to listen to the voices in your head. I didn't do it good enough. I want you to follow along, and I just want you to do it. Don't think about it. Then you're going to move on and do the full set, not worrying about how pretty it is. And you'll find that once you let go of those stresses of making it perfect and I have to do this and just go with it, because you can't mess up Sally. That's what I call the trainer hands. You can't mess up. She's not going to get mad. She's not going to tip you either way.
Yeah.
So make some mistakes. You'll find out that at the end, it looks usually really good as you get better. And then I want you to, once you have that technique down, I want you to start timing yourself.
Yeah.
And then just whittle in the time, And it's not like, go. It's like, just in your mind, follow through with the prep, not overthinking it, not doubling. That's where we waste a lot of time, is we tend to go back and redo what we just did.
Take it, look, fix.
Get all through the tin. How long did that take me? Oh my gosh, I just whittled off 5 minutes off my time.
How often do you guys see that though? I know you've talked about this before, but I love hearing, these little stories of like how someone gets, you guys force them to, you have this time limit.
Yeah.
Go, keep going. Like how?
So we teach, we used to teach when we had in-person. A class called Need for Speed. And we would teach you to do a full set of sculpted pink and white acrylics in 30 minutes.
A full set of sculpted pink and whites in 30?
In 30 minutes. Yeah.
I thought.
No, that's the Need for Speed class.
Oh my God.
But I would tell everybody, I don't care what your time is. As long as you know the reverse technique, that was my only criteria to be taking the class, is you had to be familiar and proficient in the reverse technique. I don't care if it takes you 3 hours, 2 hours, because if I can half 2 hours, you're at an hour. So I don't care about the 30 minutes. I'm going to show you, because I would demonstrate how to do it in 30 minutes. but then I'm going to time you. And it is a little stressful. I literally had a whole group at lunch go get shots at the bar. Come back. Because I was stressing them out. But that's the only time that I'm literally like, and go. And this is where you should be. Where are you? Keep going. You know, don't overthink, walking around, quit overthinking it, walk away. I said, I just want you to hear that in your head. When you go back to the salon, walk away.
And what's usually the result of that? Like,
usually people cut their time in half.
That's insane.
Yeah. And as long as they don't go back to their bad habits, and we all tend to do it. Yeah. I've done it. Like, why am I slower? Oh, because I'm starting to overthink things and doing it twice, and I'm picking up something twice. So you just have to look in the mirror every once in a while and correct it. But yeah, typically it's, and again, if you were at 3 hours and you're now at 2 hours or an hour and a half,
it's huge,
and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. You know, I find that I don't have any bad habits, Tracey, like zero. So
one bad habit is lying.
You have that bad habit, obviously. But I would cut my time to like 0. I would just like blink and poof, a full set of nails would appear. Like, that's how I roll.
Today, we learned that Habib is God.
I'm honestly fascinated by 30 minutes full set. I always thought it was like get them to the time, you know, in the salon, you book an hour for a full set, right? If you're going to do a full set of like acrylics, and you're typically going to book about an hour. Is that right?
Typically, yeah.
But well, you're taking them to 30, man.
Taking them to 30. And you know what I would tell them is like, I'm not saying you're going to have to do this in salon, but you know what? It's really nice when someone walks in that door and you only have 30 to 45 minutes to do a set, and you're like, yep, sit down, I'll take your money.
Jeez.
You know, so, or you might get to go faster and actually get to pee or eat that day, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, we stack 15 clients in a day.
Well, then, and I did. And you know what's funny is we talked about that recently in the blog, and some people were like, that's not healthy, and you're promoting someone to sit there for 5 days a week. I'm like, no. I did that so I could work 3 days a week.
Exactly.
Everybody has their preference. For me, I didn't want to take an hour lunch. Right. I like to eat pretty much once a day, but I would just inhale some food. Someone's getting a pedicure, I'd eat while they're relaxing.
Yeah.
I would use the restroom, but like that personally is how I like to move.
Yeah. I like that too. And it's not for everybody.
No.
Right? Like if you prefer 7-8 clients a day, but you spread it out over 5 days, some people spread it over 6, right? And they take 1 day off, whatever your preference is. But I like a 3-day work week. That's nice.
When I had a kid at home, it was so nice.
You can crank hard those days, and then the other days you're still, obviously with your own business, you have to still be involved, but at least it's your preference. It's what you want to do.
Totally your preference.
Yeah.
And again, do you need to do a 30? Would I necessarily, if I went back to salon right now, book 30-minute full sets? Probably not. I'm getting too old for that.
Yeah.
You know, but it is nice to know that if I need to move, these are the habits, or if you get this timing down, you are going to be moving as fast as possible.
I think that the point of that is this is what's possible, right?
Exactly.
This is what's possible. And it's nice to know that it is possible and achievable. And then from there, where do I want to go? Do I want to go to that? Let's kind of like, I always bring up content and it's like, what's possible? How much content can we create? And there was a bar of like 100 pieces of content a day, you know, that Gary V was doing, but that's just like, hey, that's possible. I know he's got a whole team, and maybe we're not going to get to 100, but we can get to 50, 60, 70. And we do.
And we do.
You know?
But here's the interesting part. It was so painful when you first started that.
Oh my God.
Literally, what was I posting on Instagram for you like 2 to 3 times a day? Max 3?
Yeah.
I think we started out with 1.
It was,
oh my God, it took me so much time and so much thought. And then all the other stuff that you did, it was taking you so much.
Forever.
And now it's like,
just crank.
Yeah, crank it.
So that's such a good point. Like on one video, it would take me like 15 hours to edit one video.
Video. And you had how many that week you needed to do?
2 a week.
Yeah.
So the amount of time I was putting after, I was ridiculous, because I was just learning how to do it, but a lot of it was I was just shooting way too much, overthinking it. I was overthinking it, shooting everything because I didn't want to miss something, right?
Yep.
So, and then that changed to, okay, what do I want to shoot? This is what I want to talk about. And then you shoot. And then you have like less to edit over. And then if like something comes up, okay, we can add it in, shoot that, and then drop it in.
Let's reshoot because it's not perfect.
Oh God, yeah.
Now it's like,
post it. Let's
good.
go.
It's good. It's fine.
So it's a great comparison to nails. It's going to take time. You got to find it. Eventually, like you'll be able to kind of whittle that down. So let us know in the comments below your thoughts. How long did it take you to do your first set of nails? Where are you at today? And also let us know what topics you want us to talk about or cover. Put them in the comments below. We read the comments and then we can maybe do an episode here of the Biz Talk. Thank you, Tracey.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you next time on the Biz Talk.